Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you this game today between myself and this Protoss player here. This is a very good game. I think you'll see what happens here shortly. But I just want to encourage you, if you are a Terran player and you have ever had Protoss cheese you, there are all kinds of different cheese builds in the world, but perhaps the cheesiest of them all is the shredded cannon rush. And you know what? When I came into his base, I saw this forge going on, and I knew it. I knew it was a forge, and yet, for some reason, I decided surely he's not going to be cannon rushing me. And I think the reason why I thought that he would surely not be cannon rushing me was because I walled in pretty quickly and I did not see
Upgrade complete.
I did not see any probes. So if you've walled in and there's no probes, as you have seen coming to your base, then surely you are safe. So the reason why I was getting out a Marauder as soon as possible was for this, was really for two reasons. One is if you are being cannon rushed, sometimes they'll do it down here. It will work if you have Marines in your bunker, because the cannon has a ridiculous range of 7, and poor little Marine only has range of, in the bunker I believe his range is still only 6, but the Marauder, his normal range is 6. So in the bunker his range is 7. That matches the cannon, so he can shoot the cannon while it's still being built if he's in this bunker, no matter where it is. And that's in fact why, if you ever have seen supply depots on the bottom of the map here, some of the professional StarCraft maps have that, so you can't build cannons down here. I heard especially against Zerg, if you build cannons here, it will keep them on one base. It takes them a while to get enough troops to break through it. Not that easy. So anyway, he thinks he's doing himself a favor by building all this junk, but really he's just wasting money at this point, because all of my SCVs are happily down here. And I knew he was probably going to try to cannon rush me again from down here. So I knew I needed to build a couple more bunkers as soon as possible with Marauders in them. So you see I have 2 Marauders in here. I knew I could take this, pick this thing up and fly it over. Wanted to raise this so this probe wouldn't be able to come over here and cannon rush me. That's why you want Marauders in there. He's not going to be able to get me. Not going to be able to get any of these buildings. So this was a safety net, not only from this direction, but also from this direction. And so I was definitely going to leave 2 Marauders in there, and then come down here and stick some more Marauders in here. So actually, if you look at the income tab, if you look at the resources, I'm doing just fine. 10 harvesters behind, no problem if you have a mule. And he hasn't been getting any gas. He hasn't been, I actually have more money than he does, because he's building all this worthless junk. So basically just, because I had built my barracks right here, from now on I'm going to do that. I'm going to build my barracks right next to my, I mean I usually do anyway, but it's handy to know that, okay, if you get cannon rushed, you can defend your, can fly your, I don't know if it really matters that much where your barracks is. Well, it does, because the Marauder had to get made, so maybe it's good against Protoss to make your Marauder away from any potential cannon rushing, away from your base, for instance, away from your orbital command. So he probably thought he could waltz in here and clean this up, so he just sent a probe up the stairs, probably to scout, probably a good idea. That he would have been obliterated had he tried to catch me, because Marauders can kill zealots who do not have charge without getting a scratch if you micro it correctly, if they have the concussive shells. And I believe the Marauders, oh, they did not have the concussive shell. Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing that I don't have to worry about chasing off those zealots. So, what is he doing right now? Let's look at the production tab. He's making warp gates. So if you get cannon rush, don't think you're super far behind. I mean, look at my army is actually pretty much just as big as his. I've got these 2 bunkers that cost money too. For some reason, I thought he was going to go Void Rays. I don't know why. I was just like, okay, he's going Void Rays. He's the kind of person who's going to be cheesing me. That's the kind of person who's going to go Void Rays. So he actually did not make any Void Rays. And of course the starport's very helpful for many other reasons. You can make some medvacs, you can make some, if there are any Colossus, you can see if he's going to try to poke up in here. See what he sees from his perspective. He probably thinks, sure, I can take him. I cannon rushed him after all. And he had to move his base, so he's probably way behind. And what's this? Uh-oh. That's trouble, alright. It's not going to be any good. Dark Shrine. Dark Templars. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse. More cheese! So... he's scouting around looking for supply depots to kill off, probably. More cheese, more cannons. You know, it's possible to overcome cheese. Just very, I think it's always inspirational when that happens. So here we go, we got a medvac. Not gonna kill my units very easily. Now we got 3 medvacs. These things are gonna, and I got my own cheese unit, the Ghost. The Ghost is legitimate power. Good news for me is I built a couple of turrets, because again, I thought he was going to go Void Rays. I was really glad I built those turrets. So you can tell he was probably very discouraged. He's now 0 for 2 cheesing me. And here's number 3. Oh, that didn't work. 0 for 3 cheesing me. Well, okay. Maybe this one will go undetected for a little while, but only because I had just attacked him and I had EMP'd him, in fact, with my Ghost. Therefore, so many stalkers have no shields. And with all these medvacs, are you kidding me? It's not even close. He shows himself to be a good player by warping in a good unit to try to do some damage. Out here away from my turrets, but fortunately for me, I had a scan. But I just had 1 scan, so I was not going to be able to pursue this attack. Plus, I was having a little problem here in my main. Look at that. More cheese. Killing off my SCVs. He's just really taking down my worker count right now. And he's trying yet again to rush me. It's completely ridiculous. I should not have sent my Ghost in first. I mean, I did not do that intentionally at all. Really wasted the Ghost here by... well, he survived. I thought he had died. Anyway, I still should have sent the Ghost in first. Fortunately, he was healed by the medvac. And he's trying to keep his probe alive. You know, at this point I probably could have just plowed over this, but I felt like I could probably win the game as long as I spit out a Raven. I wasn't sure though. I was either like, okay, he either has nothing or he's got like Colossus over and Void Rays over there. I'm not sure, nothing or Colossus and Void Rays. But Dark Templars are so expensive. I mean, unless his economy, unless his macro is just constant. It's pretty good, 52 harvesters. However, there may be a little bit too many harvesters over here. Maybe not quite enough over here. But 52 is about right for 2 bases. So anyway, this is when you want to attack. You want to attack before your Protoss opponent starts really opening a ton of units. And he got a little paranoid here. He saw all my many medvacs, and so he thought I was going to do a drop. But you don't want to waste minerals like that. And he now has like no minerals. He could have had a million zealots. Zealots are the best thing against marauders. And there goes the EMPs. New EMP Dark Templars, they show up. So I actually overdid it with the scan too, but he had so many Dark Templars, I really did need the scan to... In fact, I can't really look for them all still. I had stim, but I didn't want to use it. Probably should have used it. Because at this point, once more, I had no scans. So, there's not much I could do except pick up my marauders and run away. So, you don't ever want to retreat, but if you're just getting pawned, you kind of have to. And actually, it's not so bad to retreat because there's no reason to waste your minerals, waste your troops. You can pull back and heal up and reinforce. So I was able to scout out his base a little bit. He brings in some stalkers. And I'm like, that's it. Now it's for real. We're gonna make a Raven, and we're not just gonna use it to detect. We're gonna lay down point defense drone. Oh yeah. Did you know you can use a point defense drone to prevent a stalker from shooting you? I had no idea where he was attacking me. It was driving me nuts. I was looking everywhere. I thought I didn't understand why I couldn't shoot at him. Finally, I figured out. It took me forever. I don't know why. I even have a Raven. I saw my starport dying, and finally got over here just in time to save my poor starport. He was unaware, apparently, that I had a Raven. My CVs were attacking. I think they finished one of the Ravens off. So he was just going all in here, just desperately attacking me as if he had no chance. I mean, I don't know why he was so desperately attacking me. I'm not sure. I don't think he knew I had the Raven, but with this many warp gates, I mean, you can build a massive army. It just seems like he did not want to sit back. He wanted to keep the pressure on. I agree that putting the pressure on is the way you want to win the game. You want to sit back. In this game I was nervous because I was sitting back so much and they're just fighting off wave after wave of attack. Hard time believing he didn't manage to get out a bigger army. He probably could have if he didn't spend 60,000 minerals making all these cannons. It's so funny. That would definitely have killed any kind of drop. But now, it's so much bigger than his. And I have so many options. I could EMP him, I could do point defense drone. I go for point defense drone because, after all, they're all stalkers, and, you know, even if you EMP, they might actually shoot you. But with this, they cannot even shoot you. So, what a lovely little device that is so helpful against Protoss. And also very good in Terran versus Terran. So, at this point, I was starting to feel confident now. Still didn't give up yet. Still, there goes the EMPs. Still isn't giving up. I mean, we did have this third here, and I was probably hoping to warp in some more Dark Templars, but I killed his shrine, so I was so happy. Overcame so much cheese. And you know what? He still is bringing in a couple units to try to harass me, even at this point. But he does say good game. And he says good comeback. I'm not totally sure it was a comeback. It was more like just a momentum shift. I mean, I think it was a little bit of a comeback, simply because he sort of successfully cannon rushed me. But it's funny, after he GG's me, he sticks around for about 4 more minutes. Maybe not that long. Well, hope you enjoyed it, and maybe learned something, and I'll see you guys next time.